Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to part 3 of my most ambitious solo project in Minecraft. I've realized that only 0.2% of the people who watch my videos are subscribed, so please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the video and hit that notification bell to be notified every time that I upload. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the video. I began by placing the outlines for a section of the city wall. As you can see, I placed some diagonal sections of the wall in order to stay in theme with the gateway that we built in the first episode. I wanted the city wall to be of a very similar design to the gateway, and so I used the same blocks in both designs. I built up the foundations using some andesite topped with some stone brick and stone brick stairs. I then set the main part of the wall back by one block in order to provide the walls with some depth, and I used the same window design from the gateway, just scaled it down a little bit before adding some crenellations on top of the walls made out of stone brick stairs and basalt. With the front side of the wall finished, I copied the design to the back and then started to build the roof using some black stone brick. Next, I wanted to light up the windows inside of the walls so that they stood out at night, and after a little bit of faffing around with some lanterns, I ended up using glowstone and some stained glass to sort of replicate the effect that I used in the gateway. After building the walls on the right hand side of the gateway, I decided that I liked the way that the design looked, and I set about replicating it on the other side. This was significantly harder because of the shape of the terrain, and I found myself having to adopt a much curvier wall design. I wanted this section of the wall to slope down with the terrain. I felt that this added some nice detail to the build and helped it feel much more realistic. Building on flat ground in Minecraft is really easy, but it also doesn't stand out very much, and so by making this section of the wall rise and fall with the landscape, it makes the city walls look that much better, adding some much needed variation to a relatively repetitive wall design. Next, I set about designing the first tower. The tower itself needed to be rather large, enough so that it could be differentiated from the rest of the wall, but not so large that it would challenge the height and dominance of the main gateway. I then copied the tower design to the other section of wall that I'd built earlier, connecting it to the wall and adding some texture variation with andesite and cobblestone. After successfully building the front section of wall, I decided that I had not terraformed enough landscape for what I had planned. Using a grass sphere tool, I replaced the surrounding ocean with grass, and then began extending the cliffside using a quartz sphere tool. After the rough shape of the cliffside was built, I set about smoothing the walls manually. I decided to do the majority of this process off camera because I had spent all of the previous episode terraforming. But as you can see, I extended the cliffside vertically, creating an elevated platform which sits high above the rest of the city. This is where I intend on building the castle keep. I apologise that this episode is much shorter than the last two. Hopefully the next one's going to be longer. Despite how much we've already done, this project is far from finished. We still have to build the rest of the walls, the sea itself, and the castle keep. We'll see how much we can get done in the next episode, but until then, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It helps out the channel massively, and I will see you soon. Peace.